Lately, I've been asking myself this question about what is my relationship with the universe, with God, with Source, with the reality? Because there's me, my thoughts, my identity, my ego, my trip of life, and then there's my relationship with everything out there that I think is separate from me, that is like, maybe an extension of me, but something beyond me. So what's my relationship with that? What's that like? And is the universe, does it have preferences? Does it want me to be a certain way? Does it want me to be happy? Does it want me to be sad? Does it want me to be successful? Does the universe have preferences? So I was sitting with this question and going, this is really interesting, because a lot of people tend to believe that the universe wants this for me. You know, God wants me to be this way. God wants us to go conquer this land or these people, and this is how wars have been created throughout creation. And so that's a really strong belief that God wants this for us. The universe has a preference. And so I looked even deeper than I've ever looked before, and I saw that something was really true here, at least for me personally, that there is no preference, that the universe accepts us just the way we are, and it allows us to be whatever we want to be, to do whatever we want to do. If we want to, kill somebody, then it lets us. It allows for murderers to be on the planet, and has throughout the entire existence of this planet. And it's allowed for people to give birth. It's allowed for people to enjoy their lives, to celebrate their lives. It's allowed for sadness, anger, everything. It's allowed every single person to have whatever experience that they want to have. And so it doesn't have a preference necessarily, because it's just a state of emptiness, a state of peace, a state of like a blank canvas. It's just say, hey, create, explore, enjoy, find out who you are, explore your essence, the true self. And so if it had a preference, then we would not be free. As human beings, as who we are, we would be in some form of container, like a child, being disciplined, and the parent knows best, and that we're not the authority of our lives, that we aren't the co-creators of our existence, that the universe is ultimately the one who decides what's best for us. And that's not necessarily a most empowering place to live your life. And so I don't think the universe, if it did have preferences, would want us to be these sort of slaves to its desires, to its high and holy decisions. And besides, who's making these decisions? Is there a brain in the sky that's like, this is the way it's going? I don't think so. I think the universe is absolute divine intelligence. That's the sweet playground that we get to play and do whatever we want, and we earn karmic points and good points and bad points, and it's all good. That we're just learning, we're growing, we're evolving as a soul, and we have an infinite amount of time to play. And so it doesn't care. There's an infinite amount of playgrounds out there, an infinite amount of galaxies with hundreds of billions of planets. And it's so big. The universe is enormously big, and there's so much life out there that it's like, how could that have just one specific preference for you, for what your specific little life is about? And it's not saying your life is little. It's just saying that in the scope of the entire universe, the universe is not going to say that it's so important that you be a certain person or you become a certain thing, that it doesn't really want you to be anything, because it doesn't have any desires. It's like, where would those desires come from? And if there is some God up in the sky with this big white beard and long white gown, and has desires, it's like, okay, where are those desires coming from? Is that an ego that's forming those desires? And if God has an ego, then boy, we're really screwed. So, the thing is that, God is this unconditional love, and it just loves us as we are. It just sends this loving vibration to us, supporting us, regenerating ourselves, helping us heal, constantly healing, constantly regenerating, dying and being reborn every moment. And that's just part of the love of the universe, the God source. And so, yes, it's a very spiritual experience to be human. And yet, we get caught in the mind. And it's all beautiful. There's nothing wrong with, getting caught and lost in the mind. That's one step along the path. And every enlightened master who's ever walked this planet has gone through that corridor of being stuck in the mind. And so this is just phase one, being stuck in the mind. It's the next step is to let go of the mind. And when you let go, you'll see that you don't even have preferences. You're not even attached to what you think. And so how could the universe, how could some divine intelligence have a preference? So this is just, this is something to play with. It's a paradigm to explore that might give you some more freedom. It might give you a sense of, wow, it's all up to me about what I choose and who I decide who I'm going to be today. And what are my preferences? What are my priorities? Because if the universe doesn't have any preferences for me, then it's up to this heart, this soul, this guidance inside to steer the boat. And where are we going? What's the real destination? What's the finish line look like for you? And where is that finish line in your life, in your business, in your money, in your relationships, in your love life, with your health? What is the finish line? Is there a finish line? These are deep questions to really sit with, because we're, running on this little rat race, this little mouse wheel, and just like running after this cheese and like, oh, I'm going to reach the cheese and then I'm done. Nope, not done. There's a bigger cheese up on the next bigger mountain. After you get the little cheese, there's another one. So it's all part of the game, to just let yourself chase the cheese. Whatever desire it is, it's, your cheese. But just take the time to be free in this chase. Be free in your exploration, what you want. And go for it. Don't hold back. Explore. Have fun chasing the cheese. But just know that it's just a small little taste of cheese. It's not like the big mama. It's not coming home to yourself. It's not discovering this enlightened source of your being. When you're chasing cheeses out there in the world, it's not about finding the real cheese. The eternal essence is the big cheese. So, try that on. Just 24 hours even, just to explore what it's like to chase the real cheese, the big cheese, and to let go that the universe has any form of desire or preference about who you should be and what you should do with your life. Maybe it's fine that you have no direction at all, or you think that you don't. But if you look at your past, you've had lots of movement, action, direction. You've gone places, you've done things, or maybe you just stayed in your house. But still, you've moved around the house. So there's some direction, there's some movement happening, there's life happening. And yet, just relax, because the universe is okay with whatever you do with your time here. This is your time to enjoy, to play, to evolve, and to not get caught in this game of, I'm on the wrong path. And if you do, then enjoy it. Have fun with this illusion that I'm on the wrong path and the universe wants something else for me and I'm doing the wrong thing and I should be doing something else much more important than what I'm doing now, and blah, blah, blah. Yes, we hammer ourselves so beautifully. It's just a wonderful, self-regret, self-hate, all that hammering. Beautiful, wonderful, a way to really get intimate with yourself. And yet ultimately, what's really true? When the life is over, was that really important? That you shitted on yourself and kept shitting on yourself and shitting on yourself again and again and again until you're just full of just so much shit that you just can't even breathe, So take a moment to really feel what's really going on inside before you get lost in the mind and all the shoulds and all that. Because, the universe, honestly, doesn't have a preference. And so it's up to you to choose. What do you want to do? What do you want to be? Yeah, it's wonderful. So enjoy, have fun. This is Jafree at enlightenedbeings.com.